product where cycles are nothing new to India.
Yeah, it is.
Pune was once called a cycling city.
What is the logic behind this VIR Bike?
On the logo, there is a symbol Ohm. Like if they are solving Ohm's law, maybe they can have a hint of the VIR Bike.
Wow, cool guys. See this.
All three founders come up from the same aggregator, Army Institute of Technology, which is in Pune. And Ravi and Rahul are the classmates. They are 2009 pass out.
What made you start this, and what is the main idea behind it?
So I come from a native background from Konkan, where it's a Western Ghat area. In the Western Ghat areas, what I have seen, there are steepy roads and steepy hills. When I relate from my cousin sister, it's feel difficult in terms of the cycling,
Yeah,
in terms of the
is.
period days also. That was a little thing that we should give back to that specific society.
For the defense people, it is coming at a discounted prices and all.
So basically, all the three co-founders, VIR Mobility, come from a defense background. When I'm in a defense background, our parents have served Indian Army. We have seen how the challenges have been because private vehicles shouldn't go exceed 25 kmph.
It is a great thing that if people start using this, they can reduce the carbon emission and it would be more sustainable.
According to Atman Nirbhar and Niti Aayog,
Yeah.
by 2030 we have a PM Modi's goal. Hardly 1/4 cost of your
Yes.
electric scooters,
Yeah.
which can lead us to achieve those milestones earlier.
There's a huge market in EV, and how can you gain the cap in this environment?
Say like the city come from Hyderabad, created on cycle track. I guess it's India's biggest cycling track, 20
yeah.
kilometers.
That's great. That's great to hear from a person from Pune. Still, there is a lot of gap between European countries and India.
So now I can see you're wearing a digital watch, right?
Yeah,
so we used to have an analog watch, right?
Yes,
so
yes, we used
there
to.
was a technical shift. Now we are going with AI, now the technology, industry 5.0. So
Is this backed by some government funding or something?
So we have the friends and family or angel round,
Okay.
talks of 1 year.
What new features does this have, and
This benchmark have industry in a cycle industry because this is a hydrophobic process frame.
Okay.
It has more durable and all our frames are lightweight. This is an aluminium frame. VIR Bike is not only the company for the cycle, but it's a movement.
Hi guys, Ella Naru. Hope you people are doing fine. And today I have my first guest, and it's really overwhelming. I can't express how grateful I am right now. And thanks to this person who have just accepted it on my one text. So he is a person who had started a new initiative, and it's called VIR Bike. It's a electric cycle, and if you haven't heard about it, please go and check it. And it's a great initiative, and it does help the environment, and also it is very user friendly. Please go and check it out. So let's hear more about from the person itself who have started it, and let's start it. Hi Sahil sir, how are you?
Hi Shivani, I'm fine.
Yeah, thank you for coming on to PBK Talks, and it's a huge pleasure having you on the show.
I'm glad to be here on your show, especially to your subscribers and viewers. Hope they will get an EV insights today.
Yeah, thank you. So I've read about your new startup, VIR Bike, and it's a new thing. It's a new initiative. We have heard about electric cars and all, but this is something very different and very new. And I've read about it in many articles, stuff, and all. But I want to hear it from you. Like, what is the main motive, and what is the idea behind it that you have started this?
So the main cause of the VIR Bike is the vision which we have seen, a longer vision is, if any there is a movement or in terms of your cycling, walking, or your hiking, there will be an assisted technology which will be that will be the product from VIR Bikes. So this is a VIR Mobility Private Limited company's first product into cycling, electric bicycle, which we have launched 2.5 years back. The story begins from 2.5 years, and currently we are catering Pune. And if you relate me for the cause which I have seen, so I come from a native, from Konkan, where it's a Western Ghat area. In the Western Ghat areas, what I have seen, there are steepy roads and steepy hills in terms of my village. But what I have seen in terms of the school students, after
Yeah.
the primary, they need to shift to a secondary.
Okay.
So in that period, secondary schools are hardly 7 to 8 kilometers.
Okay.
And in terms of my sister, when she went to a secondary, so if there was a steepy road. She used to get up from the bike, and she used to push it down.
Yeah.
But in terms of the inclination, she used to enjoy. And this has been widely spreaded into the Western Ghats and all. So for the girls, it feel difficult in terms of the cycling,
Yeah,
in
it
terms of the
is.
like the
Yeah.
period days also. So electric cycles is a mode where it is reduces the effort. It contributes into your
Yeah,
comfortable,
it does.
and it helps to make the movement.
Yeah, cool. It's a great initiative actually, and there's a great reason behind it. But like, guys, if you can guess, like, where bike is something related to science, like the name behind it and the logic behind it. I don't know if you can guess it and all, but if you have not guessed it by right now, we'll just hear it from Sir itself. So, what is the like logic behind this weird bike?
So basically, if you are from science, if you can just on the logo, there is a symbol ohm. Like, so VIR is nothing but your physics relationship law. Voltage equals to current into resistance, which is your Ohm's law
Yeah, it
basically.
is.
So VIR, so voltage comes in your electric, current comes in resistance.
Yes.
So VIR is nothing but your electric system and the bike. So electric cycle, it's electric bike which we have, and
Yeah.
that's the name. Sorry.
It's quite interesting actually. I've read since somewhere
In
around in
your
my
maybe
school.
eighth,
Yeah,
in a
yeah. In
eighth
school and
standard.
all, like this is
Maybe in like viewers, like if they are solving Ohm's law, maybe they can have a hint of the VIR bike.
wow, cool guys. See this. So after that, like I've seen an article where they were saying that for the defense people, it is coming at a discounted prices and all. So I've seen it, and like, what is the reason behind that?
So basically, all the three co-founders in the VIR Mobility, VIR Bike, come from a defense background. When I'm in a defense background, our parents have served Indian Army, and we have seen how the challenges have been faced. Because in defense, what we have seen, every house has a cycle.
Yeah.
And if you want to travel, especially from your home to your school, or you're just buying a grocery in a cantonment, it used to be more than 5 or 6 kilometers, and it's a big 5 to 6 kilometer
Yeah.
radius
Yeah.
cantonments. And for that, we should something give back to our community.
Yes.
And for that, we always thought the cycles have been primarily used, and there are some cantonments where there are strictly usage of cycles nowadays.
Yeah.
And but still, the generation have changed the climate, and it's very tough to pedal in
Yeah.
this summer especially.
Yeah, it
So
is.
for that, to reduce effort, VIRBike has contributed a discount for the defense consumers and the
Yeah.
defense ex-defense servicemen peoples.
Yeah, cool. That's cool. So technically, like if we see, this doesn't contribute anything to the pollution and stuff. And nowadays, like whole world is running behind this sustainability and all. So reducing carbon emissions and whatnot. There are so many summits going on around the world. So such initiative, like it is a great thing that if people start using this, they can reduce the carbon emission and it would be more sustainable.
Right, right.
So your thought on that?
So we are in the moment where we have like according to Atmanirbhar Bharat and Niti Aayog,
Yeah.
by 2030 we have a PM Modi's goal,
Yeah.
Narendra Modi's PM Prime Minister Narendra Modi's goal of to make India an EV,
Yes.
completely EV. So we are also focusing that, but that has a major milestone with the electrical cycle in
Yes.
terms of the cost also. It comes hardly one-fourth cost of your new coming
Yes.
electric scooters,
Yeah.
which can lead us to achieve those milestones earlier.
Okay.
And yeah, it's an product where cycles are nothing new to India.
Yeah, it is.
In
Right.
terms of like electric cycle, we are actually pacing the movement. We are contributing as far, and in terms of the sustainability point of, yes, it has benefits. It's pollution free,
Yeah.
and that's all.
Thank you so much for that. And like if we see right now, as you have said, like we are moving towards more towards EV, like electric vehicles. So there are so many things, like I've mentioned already. There are electric cars and electric scooters and all. So like there's a huge market in EV, And how can you gain this the cap in this environment and in this atmosphere, and there are so much going on, and how?
In terms of that, I would have I would say so currently if so in Pune, the hometown which I have, the current traffic of the Pune lies second worst in the world.
Yeah,
So bringing EV cars or EV scooters will not reduce the traffic because
yeah,
you're
it
just
does not.
replacing IC car with
Yeah,
an electrical car. So in some of the cities, especially Pune, or like if I say like the city come from Hyderabad.
yeah,
So Hyderabad is especially created on cycle track. I guess it's India's biggest cycling
cycle
track,
track.
20
Yeah,
kilometer.
it does.
So there is a government push in terms of electrical cycles, and if you see how foreign countries have contributed, especially the
Yes.
Europeans,
Yeah.
where they have made completely their cities to complete cycling tracks. We are hoping that infrastructure will be there in India. In Pune, there are cycling tracks, but they're not so well maintained. So there is a little bit less awareness about
Yeah.
electric cycles.
I'm glad that I'm from Hyderabad. So,
I'm
yeah.
actually most of the time I just spend because it's a solar powered also
Yeah,
mainly,
it is.
so it's more providing to the sustainability point.
That's great. That's great to hear from a person from Pune. So, and as you have mentioned, like more people use this two-wheelers and four-wheelers, even though if it's electric vehicle and all, but still they use this two-wheeler and four-wheeler. Like there's a consumer behavior that we have to use it. Like it's a societal
Right,
pressure
right,
and all.
right.
So, like, how can we get like the consumers attracted towards us that start using cycles?
If government have a thought, there are incentivized program.
Okay.
So if you are going to your work by the cycle or your electric cycle or pedal assisted cycles,
Yes.
there is an incentive in terms of your taxes, so
Yes.
that they have benefited. In
Okay.
terms of India, we have not seen that major shift to awareness to pull consumers to come on cycle track, but there are some people who are health conscious, who see cycling as a fun.
Yes.
There are a group where still you cannot go on the bike.
Yes.
Especially, I'm talking about the school going kids from 6th standard to
Yeah.
11th standard.
Yes. Yes.
And if what we are trying to also, if your kid is not above 18,
Yeah.
uh, instead of going for a learning license scooter, you can just opt him a electrical cycle, because it's what about, it's giving a throttle, it has a pedal, it's a fun of driving.
It is fun and also it's healthy at the
Yeah,
same
right.
time.
Yeah.
Okay. And like you have mentioned just now, European countries, like they are more towards this health conscious thing, and they have a better tracks and all for the cycling, and they use all this public transport and all. So India is nowhere near there. Like they are very far, like very far from that. As you have mentioned, like now people are health conscious, and now people are looking like after COVID mainly,
Yeah.
they are more towards this health conscious thing, and they are working on their physical health. So, but still, there is a lot of gap between European countries and India.
Right.
So, what is your take on this?
Like a take, I would say it takes a time for the transition.
Uh,
So now I can see you're wearing a digital watch, right?
yeah, I
So
am.
we used to have an analog watch, right?
Yes,
So
yes, we
there
used to.
was a technical shift. Now we are going with an AI, now the technology industry 5.0.
Yeah.
So there will gonna be a shift in terms of this. And so there, what I have seen, there is a little bit fear also in
Yes.
terms of, like, if I'm cycling on the road streets, it's sudden come from back and just
Oh
bang
yeah.
into it.
Just now my brother was saying while we were traveling ki someone will hit them, so what will happen to them?
Yeah.
Like I've seen a few members cycling right now. They have been cycling, so I was like, wow, it's nice to see people to cycle on the roads, but
But if I say, like, the Pune was once called a cycling city.
oh,
Yeah,
cool.
where people used to use only cycles, and just there is a moment where we are trying to revamp the city, and for the safety purpose, we have one more initiative we run under VIR Mobility, which is Vahan Score. So
Okay,
we
yeah.
we actually shame people when they are just trespassing the traffic, they're violating the rules and regulation, and we just point it like there is a score in terms of like civil score for your loan, but this is a Vahan score which will like trying to shame and maybe see if this traffic police goes under, they can collect and fine and they can
It's
just
nice.
thread them.
I've heard it like you can just upload the photo who is trespassing, and
Right.
right now in Pune, people are like police people are taking action on them.
Okay, yes, a two and a half, this is a 2.5 months journey, and we are
Yeah.
slightly picking on that. So for the consumers, it's a great initiative which VIR Mobility is giving. So for the riders, they can be safe.
Is it just for Pune people, or else is it available for other cities also? The smart
Currently,
score.
it's limited to Pune, but
Okay.
as we go, we will open to another cities and states.
It's a great initiative. Please open it because people, frustrated people who see trespassing, just click it. So,
Right.
and as you have mentioned, like the people who stay in guards, they have difficulty traveling, and especially towards the inclined areas. So I've read that this costs somewhere around it is a bit costlier for a people from rural areas to afford it. Maybe a urban guy can afford it easily, but for a rural guy it might be a slightly heavier amount. So how can you cap that? The main initiative was for them. So how are you thinking about
So
it?
in terms of the cities, like if you see a tier two, tier three
Yeah.
cities, or maybe as a tier four cities also, their looking point of view towards electrical cycle is different. In
Okay.
urban areas, what we have seen, electric cycle they use as a health benefit and a commute system.
Yeah.
But for the tier 2 or tier 3 rural areas, they're saying it's a light mode of an electrical scooter. If
Okay.
I'm spending a lakh amount of rupees, why am ready to spend a one fourth? So only there is a challenge in terms of financing option and the model pricing, which VIR Bike is coming up. So VIR Bike is coming up with a model which will be ranging between 25 to 30,
Okay.
and having a finance options where they can have a more easy way to purchase it.
Great. And like this bike, I've heard and I've seen many videos and all. Like I've one of your co-founder, Ravi sir, he had took this bike to Goa, I guess.
Yeah.
Like folding it into the car, and he
Yeah.
took into the
So
Goa. And I've seen a video of him riding it around the sea, like riding it by the sea. So
So especially this model,
yeah.
this is a V4 model which name is
Okay.
Trooper also is the name. This is a folding bike. So the plus point is like if you are traveling to any a scenic area, especially into hilly station,
Yeah.
or especially the Goa which you mentioned,
Yeah.
so you can get down to your location and you can just go to the attraction points with this bike. Especially because the Goa market,
Yeah.
houses, there are
Yes.
cabs
Yes.
and
Yes.
they charge it. So this is the best one, and it runs on the sand also, so it goes anywhere. So the
That's great.
tires and the durability of the bike which we have come up with.
That's pretty cool. And I've read this also that in this bike there's a like charging point where it is a C-type charger, like mobile phone. So your talk, how would you explain this?
There is a little bit misunderstanding. Type C is charging, which we are going to implement. But
Okay.
thanks, you revealed up. But we have implemented Type C in the connectors.
Okay.
So we are the only Indian brand to bring this Type C connectors as a feature, which has a benefit of like any child can connect because it is that simple. And
That's
we are seeing that there is a major shift in terms of the charging point also. All
yes, it
the
is.
mobile phones are now like, even though iPhones have been converted to Type C.
Yes, it is.
So that's the a step which we have taken.
It's more easier actually. You can connect it anywhere.
Connected anywhere,
Yeah,
right?
it's cool. And coming to the durability, like how long can it ride? Like generally, when we start pedaling, we at some point or the other we just start to sweat, and we just start to drain ourselves. So how does this work?
So, in terms of electric cycle, the driving mode is are different, like a
Okay.
normal cycle. So, there are two modes.
Okay.
Actually, there are three modes.
Okay.
The first is your accelerator mode, where you
Okay.
use a throttle, just swivel it, and you just go to like a normal scooty.
Oh,
Then there is a
nice.
pedal assisted mode. There
Okay.
are levels. So, as the name said, it assists you while pedaling.
Okay.
So, when you push it, when you just pedal it, gives you a slightly push. It assists you. Your half 50% is your energy and 50% is the motor energy. And third is like you can switch it off and you can use like a normal cycle when the battery is drained out or you're into a
Okay.
workout mode. So it has three modes, which helps to reduce your effort.
That's really cool. And like, how many kilometers can it run, like, without pedaling
So,
on battery?
so on battery, so on pedal assist system, it
Yeah,
usually goes to 6 to 70 kilometer, and the
that's cool.
throttle it reduces 10-15. So 50 kilometers you can get on the throttle.
That's really great. Actually, one can commute to office and then
Yeah,
come
you
back
can you
also.
can you can always travel Pune.
Yeah, it is.
It's you can go anywhere with the bike.
It's really cool. And regarding the battery system, I've seen that, like, I've seen your before versions of this bikes, and it's quite modest right now. So, like, how does it, like, how did you came up with the thought that we have to make it more modest, like
Okay.
more good looking?
So this is more about a European themed design bikes. You
Okay.
can if you just search on Europe, or if you get a chance to, you can see the bikes where batteries are in the frame, which are detachable. So this is called
Okay.
in-tube battery design
Okay.
frames, where this looks more sleek. So in we have models where battery is kept on the outside of the frame. It's still detachable. This is,
Yeah. Okay.
but by a look or having just a premium kind of feature, this looks more sleek.
That's cool. Like, talking more about this urban setting and rural setting, like, as already you have mentioned, here people are more health conscious and they use these bikes for that. So I've seen that many universities, like, if there is a university which has acres of land, generally they use this bicycles and all, and also societies, like, bigger societies, they also use bikes for shorter distances, these cycles and all. So is it a great market to cap there, like, for
For
your?
the universities or the closed campus, yes, it's a great market,
Yeah.
because students come for 4 years or 3 years tenure,
Yes, they do.
and buying a new motorbike would have cost. So always, like in what I've seen also, in the, they purchase cycles
Yeah.
and they rent it out, or this is just give it to juniors. So this has been always seen, and there is a potential in this market. And about the adoption, you can say some of the universities have already taken action on this
That's
initiatives, like
really great. Like, if they
for the
take up,
inner commuting
yeah,
cycles.
like, generally for a shorter distance, they can use this easily.
Right, right. It's
Yeah.
especially hardly a 5 to 10 kilometer, and
Yeah.
it doesn't feel it like
Yeah, it feels light, I guess,
light,
while
right? Yeah.
traveling. Yes. So, as you have mentioned all of these things, and what is a market, and what can you, like, do in this market, and what part of market you can capture. So, all of this, but mainly, what do you think? What are the challenges for this initiative?
So basically, this is going to be a shift from IC to electric. So
Okay.
where there will be a challenges in terms of understanding the technology,
Yes,
and what
it
happens, there
does.
is still less awareness in the market in terms of your incentives, or like the FAME subsidies which were already begun, that are already been closed. So if government comes up with this, now there will be a faster adoption. And another is like understanding technology takes time, but
Yeah,
when are
it
you used to
does.
it, you're being in the awe and the love of the technology. So still we see there is a major adoption,
Okay.
and according to the projections of getting 2030 EV completely, that will be achievable.
That's cool and that's great. And like, as you have mentioned, government initiatives. So, is this backed by some government funding or something?
So we have a closed, can consider a friends and family or an angel round,
Okay.
approx of once a year, where a government has funded. We have received a SSFS fund, Startup India Seed Funds, worth of rupees 45 lakhs, which have helped us to boost our productivity. And I would thank to like supporting Indian government to the upcoming startups with us.
That's great. That's great. And this looks really great. This is a new version of the other bikes, and I have seen that. I've come to your office and I've seen that there are so many versions: V1, V2, V3,
Yeah.
and this is the V4, I guess.
Yes.
So there's a lot of changes in all of the versions of bikes. So what new features does this have, and what like easily accessible and also easily ride this?
So, talking about the features, we have firstly introduced the Type C connector that we
Yeah.
have introduced in all the three models. Apart from this, if you look at this frame, this is benchmark have industry in a cycle industry, because this is a hydrophobic process frame. This
Okay.
has more durable, and all our frames are lightweight. This is an aluminum frame. So,
Okay.
like it's especially the coastal areas, when our riders will be buying, they will not face a issue of corrosion.
Oh,
Then
okay.
moreover, our displays are digital. You can they also indicates an error if you're getting any. And mostly our frames are unisex, so any there is no age barrier. School going kid to your grandparents, they are easy to hop in, and they can use these bikes, so they are that friendly too.
Nice. It does look cool. So I've heard that this is a product which is from all the founders and all. So there are three founders, I guess, and there's a team behind it. And I guess there's a lot of effort which is needed to put into this product. Like the output is really so cool. So I know the behind work, and it takes a lot of efforts. And how is the team and the founders, and how did you make it work?
So the founders, all three founders come up from the same alma mater, Army Institute of Technology, which is
Yeah.
in Pune.
Okay.
And Ravi and Rahul are the classmates. They are
Okay.
2009 pass out,
Okay.
and both are distinguished and have an entrepreneurial journey. This is their second startup, even though
Oh,
this is my second startup. Ravi has been established a brand named Urchula, which is catering it's a super app for the defense forces from the
I've heard
past
about
13
it.
years.
Yes.
And Rahul being a guy, a supporting guy in terms of this is a mechanical industry. We need a supply chain guy, a
Yes,
production
we
guy.
do.
So he's that guy who controls the factory and part, and he also runs a factory into HVAC industry.
Oh,
And
okay.
apart from this, we have a young mind teams who are pushing their limits to achieve our target, for achieve what we want to know. So this is the team of VIR Bike, and all electrified to make an impact in this to our consumers. And let's see
And
how much we can contribute and
and
just
how
give back.
does this, like, how do the marketing team work? Like,
So marketing team is a more about being a trendy, catching up what's there in the market,
okay.
coming up with the cool applications, how
Okay.
users can get into it.
Okay.
So that's about the team, and we are seeing how mostly we can be there on the roads and try to expand at every region. Especially we are like hoping to, like, we come at Hyderabad, and you can just
Yeah, please
get your
soon.
own bike, and then you can just go on the cycling track, which is slowly built by the government of
Yeah, sure.
Telangana.
Yeah, I'll just ask my Hyderabad friends to buy it.
Yeah. So we will. So we have one consumer like
Yeah,
this.
okay. It does look cool. And do you have like something to say to our viewers
So
and all?
for the your viewers, for the PPK Talks, I will just say subscribe channel firstly, and just hit
Thank
a like
you.
button, and press the bell icon, because there are many insights or many cool guests are going to come on Ms. Shivani's podcast, and you're going to hear many cool stories. So stay tuned, and thank you once again for inviting us, and hope you enjoy one ride after this show. She is gonna ride, and she's gonna upload it. I hope you can check it from her description, and
Yeah.
the cool stuff. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. And you are my first guest, and I'm really thankful for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
It was a great show till now, and I hope you people also have enjoyed it. And we got to know more about this bike and about Sahil sir. So I hope you liked it. And if you want to purchase this, please go and check out in my description. There are links to this bike, and you can please buy it. And thank you so much for watching the show.